Sure.
Ready?
Sure.
Winston, I hate to say this,
Yep.
but this is what progress looks like. It looks horrible.
I don't like progress.
It hurts my throat.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about something that lack of progress led to, a very despicable thing.
Yeah, we are. I just got to say, man, this pollution, as much as I want everybody to progress, I just think that we're doing this the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, like this is so bad. I mean, we go through this in China as well, and that's why I'm so sad to see it happening all over again. Anyway, let's talk about wives and this massive scam that goes on with Vietnamese wives in China.
All right. You know where to go, right? More or less.
Yeah. More or less or more. Less is more.
I'm gonna freaking die here.
Yeah, I gotta get this handy cam in here. Give me a second. It's being a bitch. F*** you, handy cam. Sorry.
That's right. Hey, there's a roadside barber.
Oh, really? Okay, so. Wow.
Ow.
There was a little thing that was uncovered a while ago.
Okay.
And what's been happening is, and I want you to explain why this is a thing in the first place, but in the rural countryside, villagers were reporting that basically they had bought Taiwanese wives through an agent.
Vietnamese wives.
Sorry, what am I saying? Sorry. Vietnamese wives.
Right.
Yeah, big slip of the tongue there. Anyway, Vietnamese wives, so there'd be like an agent that would approach the village and say, it looks like you need some wives here. Well, I can hook you up with these Vietnamese wives.
Right.
And so the agent would come in like a van and drop them all off, you know.
Sure.
So the village would pay for, say, I don't know, 6 or 7 wives.
Right.
And they'd all turn up, all hunky-dory. They'd get married, you know, they'd do the whole thing. All the bride prices paid, all the agent would get his money. And then a couple weeks later, in the middle of the night, they'd all disappear.
Okay.
And then the village down the way, like a couple 100 kilometers away, would report the same thing happened to them.
Okay.
So what was happening was you'd have like this group of unscrupulous, well, it's an agent and all these Vietnamese women that would go from village to village, getting their bride price. And also the agent would get paid, obviously. They'd get married and then they'd sneak off in the middle of the night. The agent would pick them up in the van and take them to a different province or something and rinse and repeat. And they were making a lot of money this way, which is really interesting. So maybe you can explain why these Vietnamese brides would be in such a high demand.
Okay, so you talked about the development of the scam.
Yeah,
but it started out as a legitimate, like, human trafficking ring.
Right.
So what would happen is in areas like Guangxi and stuff, basically on the Vietnamese border, they'd get people that got, like, basically pimps that would go back and forth, and they'd find people that were looking for wives. Then they'd go find a village in Vietnam, and they'd be like, well, you have 3 daughters, how about you sell us one, basically.
Right.
And they'd be like, well, I don't want to go to China, I want to get married to some freaking farmer, you know.
Sure.
And then but the parents needed money. It's a very poor country, right? So that's how it all started, until they realized that they could actually just scam people, which is kind of hilarious. But anyway, there's a reason for this, and that's because we've talked about this before. 30 million excess men in China, almost all of them being in the countryside, in the farm regions. So if they can't get a wife, they can't carry the family name, they can't have kids. And this is something very important in Chinese culture.
Of course it is.
So these leftover men, as they're called, there's too many of them.
Yeah.
They need to find someone of a equal or lower economic status than them if they're ever going to have a chance.
Right.
What better than a poor Vietnamese woman, right?
Right.
It's easy. they're gonna have a language barrier, but they don't give a shit. They just want someone to basically make kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So that's kind of how this all started, and it's pretty dark, and it gets a lot darker than that. Obviously, like human trafficking in general is a massive problem here, and along the Chinese border and all of Southeast Asia, to be fair. But yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah, absolutely right. And you know, this gender imbalance thing, it gets a lot of press in the news.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize just how it's not as bad as it seems. Okay. The reason I'm going to say that is, first of all, it's not present in the cities.
No.
So people like you and me of our age, it's plenty to go around as far as relationships are concerned. And you know, it's easy if you're a good, well-to-do young man, you can find a well-to-do young woman, and vice versa, you know.
Right.
Obviously women have a lot of choice because there are less of them, but not so much in the cities. You know, there's still a lot of competition. It's healthy. But out in the farmlands, the rural farmlands, that's where you'll get like a village, literally just only men in the village.
And that's an issue.
It's a huge issue, right? But they're making up for this imbalance by marrying Vietnamese, Thai, you know, various other Southeast Asian wives. You know, it is a thing. And especially because China's now in a position where it's economically stronger than a lot of the other Southeast Asian nations. You get Southeast Asian women that want to marry Chinese people because they're marrying up as far as, you know, economics are concerned. So it's not actually as bad as you think, but it is quite bad when you talk about the very poor rural people. There's not much choice for them, and that's why they resort to this buying of wives and just sort of weird trafficking nonsense that goes on, right?
This also happens in North Korea. They'll actually kidnap women agents and then sell them to villagers, because those men in that area are also Korean. So there's no language barrier or anything. But anyway, I guess I don't want to say it's not that bad, because a lot of it is very bad.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of these girls don't have a choice.
No, that's all despicable. I'm just saying, like the situation it's made out as if, oh my god, like there's so.
If you walk around, you're only gonna see men, right?
Yeah.
What tool can give you more
security,
freedom, and
anonymity? NordVPN.
It is the electricity of the 21st century. And because
NordVPN
means no borders, no race, no discrimination, it is the new level playing field. If you aren't using it, you will be left behind.
VPNs have become a staple part of our lives. We edit videos for a living, but we also travel around the world, and we have to make sure that our internet connection is safe. The VPN that we choose is NordVPN. We find it the most easy to use, and it's packed full of features like, for example, getting around region locks. A region lock is when you're in a certain country that doesn't have certain content available, whether it's on Netflix or Disney Plus or any other streaming platform. If you use a VPN, you can hop around to different countries and pretend like you're in that country to access that media. It's really handy, it's really cool, but NordVPN also keeps your internet connection safe and anonymous so that people can't see what you're doing or access your data. Don't forget to go to nordvpn.com/ADVChina and use the code ADVChina for a free trial month, and you'll also get 70% off a 3-year plan. That's nordvpn.com/ADVChina, and don't forget to use the code ADVChina.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Yeah, and also it is China's fault. That's something that this one-child policy thing really is the cause of all this. And
and also the culture, right?
Yeah, the preference for more boys and men. They
that's wrong.
Selectively abort female fetuses, and that's just something that's been going on. It's such a bad problem that you're not even allowed to check the sex of your child anymore in China. You know, obviously they still do. You know, they'll bribe a doctor to do it, but you're not actually allowed to.
We had to pull a favor to find out Olivia's gender. We just were curious, obviously, but, you know, because too many people will make decisions based on that.
Absolutely. Can I just point out just how horrible this place is? Look around us. You horrible, filthy, disgusting, polluted area. You do not deserve to be on this earth. Can we put a bubble around this place?
No, seriously.
I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about this particular road.
I've been enjoying Vietnam, but this area is horrific.
It is. It's terrible.
And it's not my prissy ass like Western lens. It's just hard to breathe here.
It is. My throat is. I'm developing throat cancer just by breathing this. Yeah. Bloody bloody hell.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, back to the whole Vietnam wife thing. Is there anything else we can actually add to that?
Well, I mean, I think you're going to see this kind of, you know, I will give Asian people in general, especially Chinese people, some credit here
Right.
for their most amazing and cunning ways to make money.
Right.
Like literally getting a group of girls and then selling them over and over again. Like, who comes up with that shit?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
crazy.
It's pretty despicable. But
I know, but they literally find the weirdest ways to make money. If there is a market, they'll find it. You know?
very, very pragmatic people.
Super pragmatic people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Vietnam's guilty. You know, not the country, but like whoever is participating in this kind of stuff's also guilty as well. I mean,
Of course.
there's quite a bit of underground crime scene definitely here in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They're just our freaking hotel boy was talking about how there's guns everywhere and stuff, which is you don't see in China, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, he says that, but I ain't seen one.
No, well, let's not go look for them either.
No. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I guess there's not much else we could talk
Yeah, it's
about
just a
with
fun.
this.
It's
kind of a-
I shouldn't say fun.
yeah.
It's an interesting little phenomenon
Correct.
that's been happening. So.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to tell our subscribers before we sign off?
Just to be fair, before I sign off, there are a ton of men in Taiwan that actually pay agents to not buy the women, kind of like a mail order bride from Vietnam, because immigration is so easy there. Just was throwing that out there for a little balance, but they are not, you know, kidnapping or, you know,
Yeah. Oh, dude,
actually
come on. There's
harvest-
tons of Americans who.
Sure.
you
That's
know,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Asian friend finder, like.
yeah, it might as well.
What would you call like Eastern Lily dot you know biz.
Right.
Lotus flower, this and that, you know.
Right.
Exotic Asian fantasy dream.gov.
My point
Yeah.
is, we were talking about like a really despicable way of doing it.
But let me put it to you this way: if you lived here,
Yeah.
right, would you not want to go marry someone in another country?
I don't. Not in China. I certainly
no.
wouldn't want to go to mainland China on the farm.
No, I
This
mean,
looks like
to
everywhere
be
else.
honest, it would be the same. It'd be more of the same if you went to. A lot of China looks exactly like this.
Yeah.
Obviously not the big cities though. They're much better these
But
days.
that's not where they're going.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? No
Yeah, yeah.
Vietnamese kidnapped wife is going to Shenzhen.
No, you're right. You're
Maybe
right about
in a
that.
brothel or something. But anyway, what do you guys think down below? What do you think about human trafficking? Let me know. If you like the video, unlike this pollution, give it a
Wow,
thumbs
this
up.
is so
it's apocalyptic.
despicable. Yeah.
And subscribe if you want to see more. It's it's actually wicked bad.
You know what? When you say subscribe, if you want to see more.
Yeah, you're not
gonna
gonna see anything. You're
if
gonna
we could
see nothing.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to see less.
Yeah, because it's gonna get worse apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just the way it
God.
is.
Anyway,
You're
what do
going-
you have to say?
Yeah, sorry. I'd just like to say that, man, if you can't figure out relationships without paying someone and stuff, man, like I wish you the best of luck. I just wish, I just kind of wish that things wouldn't end up that way. It's quite heartbreaking. Anything to do with human trafficking really kind of gets me mad. You know?
I think most people get pretty upset. So
Yeah,
it's
but
one
at
of
the
the
same
worst
time,
things.
I am secretly. Yeah, shut up. Buzz. Yeah, I secretly have a lot of Schadenfreude when it comes to those guys who bought these wives and then they actually got scammed.
Yeah,
it makes
that's kind
actually
of funny.
kind of a lot a Schadenfreude right there.
Especially
Either way,
if the chicks are getting a little money out of it.
yeah, I do hope the best for these women, and also I do wish the best for the men in China who have this horrible situation where they can't find a
Sure.
wife because there just aren't any. I wish you all the best. Love all of you guys, and as always, you know the drill. Unlike this awful pollution, stay awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching ADV China. You can catch a new episode every single Monday at 1 p.m. EST. Up in the top right corner, you can watch another Lao 86 video, which comes out every Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST. And down below the Lao 86 video, you can watch Winston at Serpent ZA every single Friday at 1 p.m. EST. Thanks.